Hello, welcome everybody to the latest live weekly readings of Animal Totems, and hope you've all had an amazing week so far, albeit early in the week. There's been a few, I think there's a new moon in Taurus. It was yesterday that's creating big energies. A few other planetary stuff's going on with alignments, Pluto going retrograde until October. And those things, there's always those things all around, but we're here to talk about animals. So for me, it's good that we've got someone in, so thank you. And Tacey joining me, and yes, I'll do my best to remember to read for Carrie this week. And so hashtag snake, that I'll explain why that's the hashtag. For me, animal totems, energetically, they're kind of like not massively involved in all the planetary stuff, yet at the same time also heavily involved, especially when you're talking about the Chinese horoscopes, because they're all animal based. And even the Western horoscopes have their animals connected, or that depending on which star sign it is, Cancer the crab and Aries the goat, and so they are really enmeshed in with the horoscope side of things, which is a planetary thing anyway, but I feel like they also stand alone. So for me, the animals themselves, like, they can come to you at any time to bring a message. They are an energy of the moment, a guidance of the moment, and also, they'll be around you. There's transient totems that are around you for certain periods of your life, giving you strength and guidance and encouragement throughout many, many times of your life as well. So there's such a powerful energy that a lot of the times we don't pay them the credit they deserve. So the other night in my dreams, I had a really powerful animal totem come to me. Now, I'm guessing it was a black mamba, because dreams can be a bit vague at times, but I had a really powerful experience being bitten in this little bit here, well, on this hand actually, by a black snake. And the whole sequence of the dream was very memorable and very powerful. Now, snakes themselves, more often than not, tend to mean releasing old layers and healing. And the fact for me that was a black snake as well, it could mean shadow. So it just could mean that I'm about to go through a process of releasing a really powerful part of my old shadow. Now, I still haven't fully interpreted that dream of mine. There's always more insights coming in when you have a really powerful animal totem dream. You take it on its face value, you look at it, and then more information drops in. So it was a really, really powerful dream, and that's why I love animals, that they can come to you at any time, nighttime, daytime. They just turn up exactly when they're meant to, and as long as you're aware and open, they have a powerful message. And especially insects. Insects are really powerful totems that we tend to either kill, dismiss, flick away. But they're great at hassling you and being where they probably shouldn't be when you think about it from a logical and also a statistical point of view. So if you live in a high-rise apartment and even a cricket or a spider turns up, you wouldn't normally find them there. So as much as your logical brain will go, oh yeah, but they can jump, or they can fly, or they can crawl, they wouldn't, that's not their nature to crawl up 3 stories to find prey. It's much easier for them to just stay on the ground. So always look at it from, does it make sense point of view when there's an animal literally at your feet or in your direct line of sight, constantly being hustled by a fly. Our logical brain can go, well, flies just fly around, that's what they do. But if it's always just buzzing around your head, it's trying to make you notice that it's there. So then when you notice it's there, it's worth looking at what the meaning of fly is. And all animals and all insects and all creatures all have spiritual and energetical meanings behind them. So this is why I love doing what I do in regards to animal totems, because they're so profound and can also provide some of the simplest messages. Sometimes, you keep seeing crickets or frogs, or it's just the universe saying, take that leap of faith. It doesn't necessarily have to always mean something deep, really deep and meaningful. It's just something so simple in what they do naturally. So that was a nice bit of an introduction there. There's a bit of a change. Hello, beloved. And she's joining me on my live. So let's see. I'm using the Druid Animal Oracle deck again. And I appreciate all those that have joined me for the live. If you haven't already done so, please like and subscribe. Get your friends as well. Get them to like and subscribe. Get them to join in. The more the merrier. And you can all receive guidance from this beautiful animal realm. So the first one of the day, for today's energy, is Hawk. Hawk. So for me in this deck, this is a peregrine falcon. They are quite blue naturally. They are bluey in colour. They're also the fastest animal on the planet. They can dive at 220 miles an hour. Just incredible speed for an animal to naturally reach without any propulsion, and just their natural form on how they can sweep their wings in and free fall, because they're not heavy either. To create that speed, it's just immense what nature can do and create. So I'm being drawn to this gap. So this is about a deep dive. To me, this is about a deep dive. So today is certainly the day to start energies of clearing out the old, which interestingly enough, I spoke about Pluto in retrograde. That also encourages that journey, and that lasts until October. So we're talking May, June, July, August, September, October. So that's a 6-month journey, the 6-month deep dive into your shadow. That now is the day to start it. Now is the day to look at look at what you need to release, and then take that plunge, a rapid plunge. So whether you need to actually go and see a healer for that, whether you're already capable of that. I mean, if you're not, look, it's something I've done for years, and I've coached others and guided others to do deep dives into shadow. So, if you feel that's the journey and you feel that I'm the right person to help, then please reach out, of course. But today is the day of all days to start taking action. Deep dive into shadow. And just before I move on, there's also dandelions in that card. And dandelions are a really amazing herb. They're classed as weeds, but they're not. They're just brilliant. They're a good replacement for coffee. If you don't want caffeine, they're not a perfect replacement if you're a coffee lover. But they do have, and also like the stem juice can even kill warts. And I've done that personally. I've wart on my hand that I killed with the stem juice of dandelions. So they're a medicinal plant, very powerfully medicinal in many ways. Do the research. Well, that's Tuesday's. Let's see what I've got for Wednesday. Oh, Swan again. Now that came up last week, and I believe it came up the week before. So there's this. It's the first thing being drawn to. Swans are actually, their beaks are powerful enough to break a man's arm. So it's Wednesday's energy is believing that you've got the power to break through patterns, which flows on from the card of today. When you start to do that deep dive into shadow, it is about breaking patterns. And so Wednesday is about, as you break patterns, it just clears away the old. You're able to, like, your wings will grow. For those that are earth angels that get pain, if you believe you're an earth angel and you get pains in between your shoulder blades that you don't know why, because you haven't done any exercise or you haven't pulled any muscles or anything like that, that's what it is. It's your wings growing, and it's an upgrade. So this is almost like, so that might be also the message for tomorrow. So as you start this deep dive, voices go, as you start that deep dive, you'll get aches and pains in your body. That it's just your body upgrading, your DNA upgrading and channeling new energy and energy going into new places and strengthening your meridians and making those channels bigger. It's your body's going to physically ache. So always check in on yourself. Obviously, if they persist, do what you feel is necessary with medical professionals and that kind of thing. But always look at the energetical side first. Where is your energy? Where are your emotions? And then your body's your feedback for those two. So if your shoulder blades are aching, check in, see if your wings are growing. But that deep dive into shadow, break through those patterns. So when you break through a pattern, you're going to feel that resistance, that each resistance you come up to, that's what you break through. So it's that knowledge of resistance. Bear with me. See, even this in itself is known as a frog in the throat. Another animal totem just turning up. So it's about taking that leap of speaking up. So there might be that something around for me today about speaking up on something, which as soon as I've said that, the information drops in. I know what that's about. So that's something that's already planned to go. So Thursday, which Ren, so it's very similar energies of last week. It's almost like they're coming around again. They're hanging around. This is Ren. So it's offering that almost that. This is an energy of the dove, which is that laurel leaf of peace. This is a peace offering to spirit. So during a transition, when you're breaking habits and you're working with your spirit team, if you're doing it intentionally or consciously, or even if not, having an altar, this is my altar behind me, that's on many, 4 or 5 shelves of it. But it's where I go to speak with my team, my spirit team. I have a central point of really powerful, concentrated, conscious energy that enables me to connect easily without too much ceremony. So maybe if you don't have an altar, create an altar. So Thursday, if you don't have an altar, create an altar. It doesn't have to be big. It can be a small little table with a couple of crystals on it. It's the intention of what that table or shelf is for. Little, if you look here, that's my representation of the fairy realm, my connection to the fairy realm. You can't quite see from this angle, but there's a little dragon sat underneath her as well. There's honouring to my hard work. That's actually a football trophy I was player of the season, got a long time ago. But it's about, reminds me of putting in that constant work to get the rewards. And yeah, there's so many other things, my dream catcher. This is about creating that central space so you can connect to your spirit team. Yeah. So let me just put up. So yeah, just remember that this week it's #snake. If you'd like a personal reading for the week. Then at the end of the weekly reads, you'll get a personal read. Yeah, so that's Thursday was that create an altar. Because to do this deep dive, to have that central space where you can talk to your team, you can get insights and everything like that, it's just brilliant. Brilliant. It also elevates the energy of your house and the vibration of your house as well, so your home. You can even have your altar outside if you so wish with a tree, which makes it even more powerful, connecting to nature that way. And if you can't, elements of nature on the altar, so I've got like some seashells and things like that. So Tuesday, Thursday, Friday is Fox. It's Fox Friday. Now the fox here is stood on a bit of ice, so things are going to get a bit slippy. So the thing with releasing old layers of shadow, you start seeing new levels of truth. So anything that's hidden around you, you start to see more because you raise your vibration. So you go into a different way you basically go into a new reality. And you see things that you never really saw before, or that if you did, you ignored them, whereas now they get to a point where you can't ignore them. So I feel this is kind of like the shadow side of the fox energy, where be careful who's around you, who's the sly one around you, because you're going to see that. In the past, you would have thought there was a friend, and now you're going to see that they're not. And you've got this white spirit almost going to drop that in and show you. And you can turn your head all you like and not look, but the universe is going to make you, going to leave it there so you can see. Because another thing that many may not realize, what foxes do, they've got a bit of clown energy to them. So they'll often jump and prance and look like they're messing around, and the prey are just watching them going, what's this fox doing? Why is he just prancing around? And as he's jumping and prancing around, he's getting a little bit closer, a little bit closer, a little bit closer. And then when he's in striking range, instead of just randomly doing it, is then, so nothing of it's random. So the sly people, they do, if you watch closely, you'll see the habits, you'll see the patterns, that nothing's actually, oh, they're just being silly. They're really not. Highly manipulative. So if you have got a friend around you that you suspect is that kind of energies, well, you're really going to see it a lot clearer this on Friday. The energies are movable, so it might be Thursday, it might be Saturday, But these are the energies coming in. It's just basically spirit starting to drop information in that you can, not for much longer, you can turn your head and ignore, especially with the previous cards that are asking you to break habits. So maybe that's one of the habits to be broken, is that, you get la 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 la. No, I don't want to see what I really should be seeing. So Saturday, which is Goose. So I feel this is a travel card. Geese fly south for the winter. Australia's as south as you can get, pretty much. I feel like if you got some travel planning, because this one's going overseas, they're flying. So it's about starting to prepare to fly overseas. So Saturday's a great day for that. The deals will be favourable. And I feel this is personal for me, because I'm currently planning a trip. We haven't taken any action yet. So Saturdays, to me, if I'm reading these energies, I would pick Saturday above all days. Saturday of all days, that's the way to start even planning it. There's a nice bit of fruit there in the blackberry. So, it'll come to fruition, whatever you plan on Saturday, whether it's a trip overseas, trip local, any travel that you got to do or plan for, Saturday's the perfect day. The energies are aligning and it'll be plain sailing. It's a beautiful card. There's no chaos there. It's all calmness. Everyone's just chilled, so definitely the day to plan a trip, plan a holiday, plan a tour, plan a cruise, whatever it is. Very simple card, that, nothing in depth. How I spoke about animals, they don't do this in depth thing. Well, it doesn't have to be all in depth. Sometimes their message is just simple and surface, which is then powerful in and of itself. Right, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, Sunday. The bear was out last week as well. So I've already got 3, 4 cards that was last week. So these energies are remaining, and it's interesting that the energies are remaining. The same cards are coming out. So yeah, I love that. The cards never lie. Cards never lie. And what I'm feeling here is the bear's sort of looking the same way as the fox. And there's that. So it's almost spirit going to remind you to go. But with this bit of gold here, it's almost like spirit is just tempting you now to look. So whereas they sort of went, right, we're going to dangle it. We know you're not really looking, but we're going to bring it around a bit and make it a bit more shiny. So the energies that were started on Friday are going to continue on Sunday. So expect downloads from spirit, expect sudden insights, expect sudden realizations, aha moments, and ones that are so strong that you're not going to be able to ignore. You know, this is the bear coming out of its cave, so it's coming out of its darkness. So there might even be a rapid transformation just this week into how you see your world and how you see those around you, and you might start cutting and culling who no longer serves. Truths are going to start coming to the surface, and that will, I feel that's also a global message. So there may be truths revealed about stuff that a lot of us have known anyway, but it'll actually come out to the mainstream. A big wake-up call. So Sunday's going to be a very interesting day. It's today, so that's the 8th, 9th, 12th of May. Oh, hi, Twisted Fairy, new here. I love these new people turning up. Thank you for showing up. So yeah, so Twisted Fairy, if you'd like a personal reading, hashtag snake is so you receive an individual reading after the weekly energies. So if I got that right, the 12th of May, which is a 17 number, well, 17 is quite synonymous with a certain letter that's been going on through all the conspiracy rabbit hole stuff. So new revelations around what was once hidden, the control. Don't need to go too much into that. So we've got, so the final, again, so it's just been all this, like, this is Monday's energy. So it's almost like this card has been becoming more and more frequent in the last couple of weeks. So whatever it is that we're manifesting is definitely growing and definitely coming to fruition. You know, again, I feel it's just exactly the same meaning as what it was last week. Keep feeding that manifestation, keep believing in that manifestation, and you're going to be moving towards this beautiful field ready for harvest. So you're not quite there yet. You know, there's still this card's still in the winter, but I'm seeing it very slightly differently, a bit more movement forward. I'm seeing more like just keep putting in the belief. It doesn't necessarily have to be physical actions. I mean, obviously, if you're manifesting a holiday and you need, you know, the Saturday card, you need to go and inquire about finding deals and going to estate agents, travel agents, and doing that kind of obvious action. But if you're manifesting something and there isn't an obvious action, just keep feeding the belief that what you're asking for will definitely arrive in divine timing. And the sow, because it says sow, so it is feminine energy here. And it's interesting how this, as I zoomed in, this pig's looking the right way. This massive realization is here. So there's a further energy that what started on Friday that got further emphasized Sunday will reveal itself Monday. So whatever's been hidden, and sometimes spirit hide things in our life simply because of divine timing. And it's our impatience that doesn't believe that it's going to happen. And believe it or not, as I looked up, there's a little plaque right in front of me. It's got the word believe on it. Always chase your dreams and surround yourself with people who believe in you. That includes yourself. Believe in yourself that you can manifest what it is that you want, you need, and you desire. We're powerful manifestors. We're powerful creators. More often than not, when we don't truly realize that, that power is still there. That power is still being used, but because we have negative thoughts and negative beliefs, and that power destroys us. So it's about changing to positive and believing that we can have good things, that we can have good health, that we can have good finances, that we can have good home and good friends, and then continuing that until this field gets reaped. It takes minimum of 3 months to break habit, because it's persistence, consistency, so that the reality then changes. I mean, there's people out there that say you can do it in 21 days. Possible. Nothing's impossible, but that just takes a lot more. And it also depends on the habit that you're breaking. If you've got a lifetime habit of not believing that you have enough money, that takes time, because it's the one that's hitting you every day with bills and shopping And it's about changing your dialogue into, well, I'm investing in my health buying this food. And instead of bills, they're investments. I'm investing in my ability to have electricity. I'm investing in my ability to drink good water. So that, all your bills are investments into something. Petrol is an investment into your ability to travel locally. Car insurance is your ability to have your car safe in case of an accident. So it's just a perspective change that makes the reality change. So that it could all be, that's what these represent, is that perspective change, not necessarily action change. The action change will come. So yeah, change your words, change your life. So that's it for the week. Some beautiful messages there. And I'll just quickly do a recap before I get on to the personal readings. And again, if you joined the live and you're watching, #Snake to receive a personal reading. And yes, Tacy, I will remember Kari. I'll do her first, in fact. So as soon as I've gone through. So it began with this deep dive card, the Peregrine Falcon, deep dive into shadow, the ability to break through patterns that will clear away old and create a new reality for you. That offering to spirit, make an altar. That's Thursday's card. Friday is like, just be prepared that the spirit is in the universe is going to start showing you something that you've ignored for so long. And then that's plan any travel. That's Saturday. So any travel that you're planning, take action, go to the travel agent, start booking things, or at least getting prices. And then again, that's Friday card a bit further on. That's Sunday. So spirit are going to be showing you more of that truth. And then Monday is something you've been manifesting for a while, about to come to fruition, but also seeing what was hidden. So yeah. So yeah, amazing energies. It's going to be an interesting week. And so put the cards back in the deck. So give them, so for those that do readings, always give your cards a knock after any reading, just to refresh the energy. It doesn't need to be any massive ceremony buried in dirt and in velvet bags or anything like that. The intention. Your cards know your intention, so give them a quick wrap and knock the energies out. It cleanses them. And every now and again, reset them. But that's a video on itself. So we'll start with Carrie. Whoa, a whole deck jumped out then. Thankfully it didn't press a button that turned off the video. So this is a read at #Snake for Carrie. Fire Dragon for Carrie. So I'm being very drawn to, there's a bit of a dark mood around Carrie at the moment. And I feel this week's energy, if taking the appropriate action, you'll be able to clear those bad negative thoughts. And it's about just taking actions and changing your words that changes your thought process. And it's about I feel like saying, don't feed the beast. So our mind can often race and take over. And this is a little technique when that happens. It's called 3 deep breaths. And when your mind's racing, in through your nose, really, really deep into your belly. And when your belly's about full, just take that another half a breath. And then breathe out as though you're trying to blow out a candle. And do that 3 times and you find your mind stops. It may start again immediately, but then you do the 3 deep breaths. And when I first, about 2013, I used to do this. My mind got too much control. So it was racing all the time, thinking all these negative thoughts, which in turn was creating a negative reality for me. And I needed to do something. And the 3 deep breaths, yes, it took 3 months. And in the beginning, it's almost like I was hyperventilating. But you notice after a week and after 2 weeks, the frequency of doing those 3 deep breaths got slower and slower and slower. And I rarely do it these days because my mind has been controlled, has been put in its relevant place. It's there when I need to do maths and build websites and things like that. But during this, tuning into this, I'm not involved. this is not its job. So it knows its place. It's in the background doing its thing, just running the automaton of the human body. So I would say, Kari, this week is take necessary actions and techniques to close that monkey mind down, which then allows intuition to speak. Yeah. Even burning rituals, writing down the things that you don't like and then burning them. That's another technique. It gets it out your mind. So that's a really powerful card of the mind, that one. So let's see who. Oh, Adele was first in, best dressed. Yeah, Adele. So Adele, this is for you. Adele Snake. Let's see what we've got for you this week. Swan. Did you have Swan last week? I'll have to watch the video. Breaking patterns. This is also about taking flight. So if your shoulders are aching, just imagine you've actually got wings and just roll your shoulders around and even do this. Imagine your arms are the actual wings and you'll find that pain will dissipate. So I feel you're actually going through a wing growth. So there'll be new insights. I feel there's a pattern that you've broken that just takes a bit more work and then it'll all clear away to clear blue skies. You're no longer the ugly duckling. It's about stepping into your power this week and really owning it more than you would normally. This is a 2-week period. I'm being shown the number 2 that swans are synonymous with. And I'm being drawn to the yellow of its beaks. That's your solar plexus part, your solar plexus chakra, which is all about coming into your power. Own your power this week. Learn where you can nurture others. This is almost like taking this little bird under its wing. So trust that you can teach the knowledge that you have in life and other things you can teach to others. You only have to be one level above someone else on a journey to be able to teach that person. But we often think we need to be years down that track. The amount of times like my gifts open up and then a spirit got me to teaching people it the next day is just incredible. And you've just got to have that trust and faith that you've been given this opportunity, and the universe never gives us anything we can't handle. So be open to opportunities to teach people knowledge, especially over the next 2 weeks. And it might open up it will open up a whole avenue of doors that you didn't think was there, which then actually that also aligns in with the cards. So with the Fox energy that came in on Friday, that might be the day that you'll be presented with an opportunity to teach somebody. You might ignore it a little bit and then it will come around again on Sunday. And then it will be like, it starts coming to your conscious realm. And then on the Monday, it's like, okay, 3rd time. It's been presented a 3rd time, so I can't ignore it anymore. So I've got to take that leap. So this is about standing strong, standing in your power, and being a wise person. Owning that wisdom that you've earned. So Adele, that's for you. Who do we have? Snake. Tacey. Let's see what we've got for you. Look out on that one. There's a couple jumping here. Yeah, a couple jumping. One's a toad that's literally jumping, and the bear. So I feel this is just a reminder of what the bear meant for Sunday. So I feel this is where you're at. You've had the fox warning, and the fox heads up, and this is about spirit starting to drum a bit louder to say there's something you need to take notice of. And I mean, it's almost holding a speaking stick. So there's something you need to speak up about. Where the way to set it up is to go, okay, when someone holds that speaking stick, no one else is allowed to talk, and it's out of respect to give that person a voice. So I feel with you, it's about giving yourself a voice, and frogs and toads at night have that voice. The cacophony of frogs and toads at dusk, nothing, you can't hear anything else. So I feel with you, it's a bit like Kari's, it's that monkey mind, but giving your intuition a voice, and only intuition, but giving one part of your intuition a voice. Speak with your spirit team if you know who they are and say, okay, right, my guardian angel, you're the only one that's allowed a voice today. No one else, no other being is allowed to talk today. I give permission only to my guardian angel. and it starts to quieten your mind down. Again, it's taking that action to create boundaries within our own energetic system. As a psychic medium, I've created those boundaries. So when I'm doing platform mediumship and I'm in a room of 50, 60 people, there could be 120, 180 other people around me in spirit that all want to talk. And if I don't have my boundaries in place, they're all talking. And then I don't get the message across. Whereas because I've got my strong boundaries in place, I've got my gatekeeper guides and my protector guides and my other guides that basically say, right, you and you're allowed in, no one else. And even then, when you're in, you can only talk one at a time. Really strict rules that I have in place for spirit, and it's respect. Because without me, they wouldn't have that ability to pass on a message. So then my messages come through loud and clear and very succinct and very direct and very clear and very with absolute clarity. So this is about creating boundaries within your own energy field and within your own mind so that you can hear intuition very clearly from which avenue it's coming from, whether it's spirit guides or animal totems, or they're all different vibrational channels. So create that within your own mind. Very similar to Kari's reading, that one. So Del, so the next one will be my beloved. No, she put hashtag snake in there, so let's see what comes in. There we go. Oh, look at this bee. So the honeybee, queen bee, its wings folded. It's almost like honoring the sun worship almost. And I feel this is actually Ra stuff. So there's stuff to do with Ra, connection with Ra. I've got a cards with a morning ritual to call him Ra, so I'll give you that. And yeah, for the next 21 days, I'm hearing as best you can. Do that invocation every morning, so you'll be able to get it on your phone so you can read it every morning when you wake up. Face the sun when you do so. Bit of sun worship, but actually on like almost like a temple way. There's almost like a pyramid in the background. Yeah, because she was talking about yesterday about that 20-minute meditation in the morning to connect with your guides. Well, it's time to start powerfully connecting with Ra on a more personal level, but from a human perspective. I know you can do it on a spiritual perspective, but it's about doing it on the human perspective. Because, you know, our business itself is Ra Ascension. We've got to honor Ra. We're working under him for this, so the sun god. So yeah, you know, we've got to pay homage at times. So it wants a bit of homage from you, bringing in that honey as well, because that will create infinite abundance. Because honeybees, you know, honey is unspoilable. So yeah, what a beautiful card. Oh, thanks Adele for letting me know that Swan was last week. Yeah. We don't tend to remember readings because we tend to channel, but yeah, it was just, you get that resonance going, no, I mean, it's something familiar about this. So just further on then, Adele, that just means that you're a bit further on than the Swan journey than you were last week. So it means you're sticking to the journey, which is great. So keep going. And then we had the new lady, Twisted Fairy. So this last one's for you because I don't believe there's any more. That come out so quickly. Oh, look at this. Keep going. Keep going. You're in a really powerful place of manifesting at the moment. I want to say watch your words, so don't squeal like a pig. And I mean that from the voice side of things. Because when they're like, it's more like a whinge than a... So it's about setting your... And my throat chakra is starting to ache. Set your intentions and speak them. Speak them with conviction, speak them with clarity, and speak them with positivity. So what I mean by that is when we say something like, we're trying to manifest a car, let's say, oh, I don't want a bad car. That's what you're focusing on. So that's what you're asking for the universe. So it's actually about speaking the positive, saying, actually, I'd like a really reliable, mechanically sound car. The universe understands that. It understands what you're asking for. And that applies to everything in manifesting. Never ask what you don't want. Ask for what you do want. And that's how you speak in the positive. And if you can't quite figure that out, just take a bit of time and go, right, how do I speak this into the positive? Even ask Google, you know, how do I speak this? How do I turn this positively? And then speak that continually until this manifests, until you're ready to reap what you have sown. And the fact that it's sow and sow, there's plenty of ideas. 2 are working on at the moment. There's other ideas. Focus on 2 main ones that you're asking for. So I feel like you might be manifesting a partner at the moment. So it's about writing a list of what you do want. You know, you want them to be honest. You want them to be kind. You want them to be loving. You want them to have a partnership equality. So sometimes he'll take the lead. Sometimes you'll take the lead. You know, maybe ask for someone who is a leader. Someone who can provide equally. So all those positive things. And yeah, someone who I find attractive, find good looking, find sexy, those kind of things. It's also it's okay, perfectly okay to ask for physical looks too when manifesting a partner. And if I feel there's a car as well, so that could be new journey. It could literally be car. So again, like, speak positively. As I just said, a car that's mechanically sound, that will last a long time, that will always be reliable, that will always get me from A to B easily, effortlessly, that is economic on fuel. There's so many things we can talk about positively. It takes practice. That's all. That's all. I was the same. You speak negatively all the time without realizing it. And it just takes practice, perseverance, consistency, and then it changes, and then it becomes a habit. And when it becomes a habit, thinking positively is then effortless. And that's it. A lot of the times we don't want to put the effort in and the consistency and the persistence and keep doing it every day. And we're not going to remember to do it every day. That's a key part of changing your habit as well. So it's about being kind to ourselves and being compassionate to ourselves when we have off days and we don't remember to do it. So just an example there, speaking positively, saying I don't remember, I'm actually focusing on remembering rather than going, well, I always forget. That's a negative way of saying, where this is saying I don't remember is actually a positive negative, or a negative positive. So you're actually using the positive word, and that's what you focus on. So it's better to say I don't remember than I always forget, because you're focusing on forgetting on the second statement. English and its complexities. So that's all. I'll quickly do one for myself, see what I've got coming up. Oh, my beloved, you're going to love this. Speaking of the raw thing, look what card I get. It looks like we're both doing it. So that's incredible. Hold on, my partner just came in and said there's one more. Let me check. Who have I missed? Maybe she can see something I can't. Bear with me. I don't know. Don't taste it. No, I haven't missed one. It was tasty, but I did tasty. So yeah, so the fact that we both got the same card and together we are Raw Ascension. And actually, speaking of Raw Ascension, we've actually got a new website. So I'll post that in the comments and you can check that out. Bear with me. What I love about it is it's rawascension.earth, not .org, not .com, not .com.au, .earth. What a beautiful dot to have in your business name. So yeah, that's where you can contact us as a couple and as a business and as a collaboration. And we have some goodies on there. Currently Australia and New Zealand only. The website's, it's brand new, so we're still adding on to it as we go along. There's Aida's book on there, so if you want to contact us through the website so you can get her book posted further afield than Australia, then yeah, So that's it for the week. If you don't already do so, Aida does lives on a Monday morning around horoscopes. Yeah, so Mondays and Tuesdays we're doing these lives and expanding and sharing what we love to do. So thanks very much for watching. Appreciate you all for tuning in wherever you are in the world. I'm glad I'm reaching America now, which is amazing. And I'll see you all again next week, same time, same place. Have a great week. Take care.